For the whole year, you value the ball and play unselfishly. The only thing I'd add to that is be aggressive and obviously you got to execute, but value the ball and play together. Compete and communicate. We'll fix problems. We'll teach you how to guard things. If you compete, you communicate. You guys know what we're doing on drills. You know what we're doing everywhere. We don't walk anywhere. We jog.
Hey, family, 3, 1, 2, 3.
All right, great day today. First day of official practice. There's so much that we need to get done, and that has to be that mindset of every single day. Are we just getting a little bit better? All right, can we take a small step forward today? First day of practice. Freshmen, your first official collegiate practice. First day, baby. Work.
We had a lot of energy that day, and it was just really exciting. It's great to do your own workouts, and those can be fun too, but once you're all together, it's just a different kind of atmosphere in the gym. We had been anticipating that day for months, so I think it was just a really exciting and weighted time.
It was just great because it was one step closer to normalcy, one step closer to, hey, the season is really happening. Because I'll be honest, there is still a little trepidation of, is this really gonna fly? Is this really gonna work? We like to call it caution, we're cautiously optimistic. But each day that passed, we got better and better. And that was the exciting thing. I mentioned like that week, the 2 weekends ago, we had an outstanding weekend of practice, and then we get shut down 2 days later. That's how the season's gonna be. It's gonna be a roller coaster. You just have to try to control what you can control and stay ready.
So the actual first day that we were all on the court together was in September. Usually it's June. Probably the word that anybody has to use right now, but I would say especially coaches, is flexibility.
They were so excited, so we played a lot of 5-on-5 things, competition, shooting, just making it fun for them, and it was great.
It's always good to have everybody in the gym. You get to really see like what you're going to be like next year, and you got to get to building that chemistry. And for me, that was the biggest thing, just knowing how tight-knit of a group you have to be to win in this league. I know we have to get that started going early, so being that we already missed so much time with the COVID, it was good getting everybody back.
The vibe was, different coming from, having different guys, having different teammates. So it was kind of, different for me and returners. So we had to learn new things from coach and teach the new players, more of the offense from last year and the defense. So yeah, it was kind of a brand new start for us.
This is my 9th year, and so it's my 8th returning year as head coach, and it's the first year of 8 we've had the same staff. And you can already feel the benefit of that. We know each other, they know what to expect from me. The continuity and consistency for the first time in my 9 years has been very nice.
In my 13 years at North Dakota, I didn't have the same staff 2 years in a row. I got to teach a system as a head coach. Now I got to constantly reteach the system, not only to my players, but to my staff.
We all know our parts, but we bring it together and it helps the program, and that's what Coach wants. That's why, and even from that first year, you can tell how it carried over to this year.
Since we opened in 1936, AFNI has proudly called Bloomington Normal home. And for over 20 years, we've supported the Redbirds as the official sponsor of the ISU Athletic Honor Roll. As we grow and expand our business, we'll continue to back the Birds on the court and in the classroom.
I love our senior leadership, Paige and Juju, and I think it has been so unique because of what they went through last year. That sense of urgency is already there. Sometimes it takes, into the conference season for seniors for that to kind of kick in. From our first practice in July, they just had a different feel about them. Paige being our first 4-year player at Illinois State, that means something to our staff. It means something to her.
Her leadership has just been I don't have any words for it because it's, it's something that I wish, I had as a player. But it's fun as a coach to see her just, take that on that role and just grow in it and, stay in that.
It's the girls and obviously the coaching staff that makes this so special. Like, we are a unit, we're so close, and I think that's why we're so successful. Everybody obviously knows, my freshman year, we weren't the best, but just to see us develop, every single year we've gotten better. The coaches have done a great job, and the players just sticking to what she preaches and really buying into that process. I mean, I bought into it, and look at us now. I think it's going to be a great season.
It's funny because when we got the job, I remember watching Maya play when she was in 7th or 8th grade. At the time, I was at Benedictine University, Division III, and I'm like, man, this kid has got a chance, Of course, she would never have taken a call from me at that point. And then even when I was at Lewis, I mean, it's just, she's a kid that I watched so much over the last 5-6 years. And it was kind of surreal, when I made that first recruiting call, because I remember her being a 7th grader running around with her Rebel team, and her dad was the coach. And, there was a little bit of trepidation on her end, and understandable, because she hadn't been heavily recruited by Illinois State up to that point, and the program wasn't in a great spot. So it was just like every other recruit that we had of just kind of selling our vision and what we thought Maya could do for our program. What I love about Maya, she wants to be so good. She has such pride being from this community, and she knows it's been a while since there's been a hometown player, and that's something that she thinks about often. And she wants not only to make a name for herself, but she wants to make everyone in this community proud. Mary's play last year is what we thought we were going to get her freshman year. She is an elite level shooter. She had a devastating injury, 5th game of the season last year, and for her to bounce back, it was a 9-month rehab process. Mary didn't play in Italy. We sat her out. She really didn't get into the flow of things almost until October.
It was a really big learning experience for me because I played 5 games before I got injured. So I think I just learned a lot from being on the sidelines that year. And then I tried to incorporate that into playing last year. So just taking those lessons that I learned and just trying to apply it when I was actually on the court was a big thing.
If she fails, it's not going to be lack of effort. She's going to leave everything out there, and you can't have enough players like that.
It's honestly inspiring because Mary is one of the hardest workers I've ever known, and just to see her handle that injury so well, and it literally lit a fire in her. You could tell it hurt for her to miss games, and just seeing her work so hard to get back and then having an amazing season last season, I would use inspiring. I'm inspired by Mary and how hard she works and how she worked to get back to playing.
Keith's the guy who became a father right after the conference tournament last year in March. Baby girl, healthy baby girl, and Keith's number one priority is his baby and his family, which is what it's supposed to be.
He's one of our leaders. Even from last year, he led into this point when he's deciding that this decision of not opting out this season because he's fear of the coronavirus and for his family and everything. So to that point, he's been leading it.
I love just being around Keith every day. You just brought the energy that as a coach you love, that work ethic. Now it's going to force DJ should be a leader. He was going to be a leader anyway. Now it's a little bit more of a load for him. Do I think he can handle it? Yes, I do. So my hope is we have a little bit of that from maybe a few guys, and we as coaches can help walk with them and help them lead this group together.
When Beckett was born, I was super stressed. It was not a good first month. I was sleep deprived. That is a real thing. It made me become a better coach. I think my patience level, I think our players seeing me in a different light really helped some of my relationships with them. Beckett is around all the time. That's something I was so privileged to do as a child with my father. I went to practices, I traveled, and I know what it meant for me as growing up, and I want to make sure Beckett and Emerson have the same opportunity.
It's so cool to see. Beckett is literally obsessed with basketball, which is so funny. Whenever he walks in the gym, he literally goes to the ball rack instantly and is just wanting to shoot. And I don't know, it just brings so much joy to our team, and we all love him. And just seeing her balance that, and because she wasn't a mom when I came here, but kind of grow into that mom role as well. it's super cool to see.
But it is a little bit crazy because, you know, my job has really crazy hours. You know, I am not an 8 to 5, worker, so to speak. So I love being a role model for our players and other athletes because, you know, growing up and in college, I didn't see a ton of female coaches that were mothers. You know, it was just, you see a lot of male coaches. So I'm hoping that I can, you know, provide some inspiration of, hey, no matter what I want to do, whatever profession I want to get into, I can do that. I can be very, very successful. I can have a family. You know, my kids can be a part of it. It's not a negative thing that I want my kids around. I think it's a very much a positive thing.
Coach G is just a really good role model for all of us to follow. She really puts a lot of effort and time into her family, and she just brings them to a lot of different events, which is really nice. We love seeing her little kids grow up before our eyes, and it's just going to be really exciting to keep watching.
Just stand still?
Yeah, if you want to move, yeah, go ahead.